But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all...
Hopkinson in motion left. On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Addison, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now a handoff up the middle.
Addison, and a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd and 5.
Again, a run with Thompson.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. But you look at this defense.
They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 30. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
The Cardinals offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Addison.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. This defense for the Steelers very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A strong running. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
2nd down and 8.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this
Neutral zone
against?
infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that,
Still
Brandon.
second down.
That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Hand off to Thompson. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Steelers at 9-2 to start play, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
3rd and 5.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Thompson between the tackles.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They give it here to Thompson. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You look at this Arizona defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball? Caused a loss of yardage? Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go with Thompson again.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still 3rd
Stay
down.
alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Addison, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Addison. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
Offense.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. On third down, Shelby. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Addison. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Shelby. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 39. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Addison. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Cardinals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fighting through at the 25. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 34 yards to gain that time, another first down.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the Cardinals 17-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They run with Thompson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slam.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about it. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Up the middle they go. Addison. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's a quick throw caught out wide.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. Addison. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
But think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. This is Thompson. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run with Thompson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. He can't get him down. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Cardinals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Addison. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They're going to look to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 28-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Browns who are out on top. The Browns trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. The Chiefs looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.